Do you know that hugs can convey different meanings? Yes, that's right. The simple act of embracing someone can have a multitude of interpretations. It's a universal language of comfort and affection, a nonverbal communication that speaks volumes about our relationships. Today, we're venturing into the fascinating world of hugs, decoding the emotions and sentiments embedded in these warm gestures. And the first stop on our hug exploration journey is the bear hug. Imagine a strong, full-body hug where you're wrapped in a cocoon of warmth and care. That's a bear hug for you. It's not just a casual pat on the back, but a powerful expression of deep affection and trust. It's like enveloping someone in a protective shield, signifying that you've got their back, literally and metaphorically. So next time you receive a bear hug, remember it's a sign of deep affection and trust. Have you ever experienced the polite hug? This is our second type of hug, and it's one that you're likely to encounter in a variety of settings. The polite hug is typically brief, with little to no body contact. It's the kind of hug you might give or receive at a business function, a formal event, or even between acquaintances you're not particularly close with. In social psychology, the polite hug holds a certain significance. It indicates a level of distance or formality between the two people involved. It's a way of saying, I acknowledge you and respect you, but we're not quite on intimate terms. It's important to note that unlike some other types of hugs, the polite hug isn't loaded with warmth or affection. It's more of a courteous gesture, a nod to social norms and etiquette. So when you encounter a polite hug, don't be surprised if it lacks the warmth of a more intimate embrace. A polite hug shows respect and formality, so don't expect too much warmth from it. Ever heard of the one-sided hug? This is a hug where one person is far more invested in the embrace than the other. It's as if one individual is holding on for dear life, while the other is just passively standing there. It's a classic in the world of hugs, and it's often a clear sign that something is off balance in the relationship. The one-sided hug can be a bit tricky to decipher, as it could mean a variety of things. It might indicate unreciprocated feelings, where one person is more emotionally involved than the other. It could also be a sign of an imbalance in the relationship, where one person feels they are giving more than they are receiving. But remember, a one-sided hug isn't always a red flag. Sometimes it simply means one person is more expressive or physically affectionate than the other. So, don't jump to conclusions too quickly. A one-sided hug may show imbalance, but it doesn't always mean it's a bad thing. What about the long hug? Let's dive into this fourth hug type that's a favorite for many, the long hug. This is the type of hug that's often shared between close friends, family members, or romantic partners. It's not the casual, quick hug we give as a greeting or a goodbye. Oh no, this is a hug that's held, that lingers. The long hug is a powerful expression of deep emotional bond. It's the kind of hug that says, I'm here for you, without uttering a single word. It's the kind of hug that can provide comfort during trying times, solace in moments of grief, or pure joy in times of celebration. It's the silent confession of love, support, and solidarity. The beauty of the long hug lies in its simplicity. It doesn't require any words, any grand gestures. It's just two individuals holding on to each other, communicating their emotions in the most human way possible. Long hugs are comforting and show a deep emotional bond. Have you ever given or received a squeezing hug? This is the kind of hug that leaves you breathless for a moment, but in a good way. The squeezing hug is a wholehearted expression, where one person embraces the other so tightly that it feels like they're trying to merge into one. This hug is all about excitement or joy. It's the type of embrace that follows a grand surprise or a piece of great news. Think about the moment when your favorite team wins the championship, or when you bump into an old friend in the most unexpected place. It's the physical manifestation of the phrase, I'm so happy I could burst. The squeezing hug is not a casual, everyday hug. It's special, reserved for those moments of pure, unadulterated happiness. It's a way of saying, I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. So the next time you experience a rush of joy, don't hold back. Give a squeezing hug. Squeezing hugs are a great way to express joy or excitement. And then there's the back hug. An affectionate gesture that speaks volumes, the back hug is often shared between romantic partners, symbolizing a deep emotional connection. It's a hug that tells a tale of trust, protection, and strong emotional bonds. The hugger wraps their arms around the recipient from behind, enveloping them in a warm embrace. This gesture is more than just a physical touch. It's an expression of love and commitment. In the language of hugs, the back hug is akin to saying, "I've got your back, and I'm here for you." This hug type is a testament to the strength of the relationship between the two individuals. It's a silent promise of support and a reassurance of the bond they share. It's the kind of hug that doesn't require words to express the depth of feelings involved. So remember, when someone gives you a back hug, they're not just holding you close. They're expressing their trust in you and their commitment to your shared bond. Back hugs are intimate and show strong emotional bonds. Last but not least, the waist hug. Imagine this: arms wrapped around the waist, pulling the other person closer. This hug is often shared between romantic partners or close friends, and it tends to be more intimate. It's a hug that says, "I'm comfortable with you, I trust you, and I want to be close to you." It's a powerful expression of affection and trust. From the embracing bear hug, the comforting side hug, to the playful pickup hug, each has its own unique message. The polite back pat hug, the nurturing cradle hug, and finally, our intimate waist hug. They all tell their own tales. Each hug is a narrative of emotions, a silent conversation between two people. So next time you give or receive a hug, take a moment to understand its true meaning. Remember, every hug tells a story. So what does your hug say?